Fine.
Yes, good morning. We'll start with the next session for today's program. We have got an eminent speaker who will be talking about the yoga today. Before we start, let me introduce um, our guest to you all. He is Dr. M.U. Sujat, obtained Bachelor of Naturopathy and Yogic Science in the year 2007 from SDM College of Naturopathy and Yogic Science Institution, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science in Bangalore. And he received his Doctor of Medicine in Yoga in the year 2015 from Jindal Postgraduate Institute of Naturopathy and Yogic Science, Rajiv Gandhi University of Health Science, Bangalore. Dr. M.U. Sujan completed his Doctor of Philosophy in the year 2022 from Faculty of Medicine and Faculty of Yoga, places AHER, Mysore. He got his fellowship in basic and advanced acupuncture in the year 2023 from National Institute of Naturopathy, Ministry of Ayush, Pune. He has the working experience of about 16 years. Presently, he is working as coordinator and assistant professor in the Department of Yoga, Jesus Academy of Higher Education and Research, Mysore. He has presented many research articles in national and international conferences. He has published about 13 research articles in reputed international research journals. Sujan was invited as a resource person for various seminars and workshops. He has guided many PGE students in the Department of Yoga, AHR, Mysore. Dr. Sujan is a life member of the Association of Philosophy and Pharmacology of India and also for associate member for International Headache Society, London. Not only that, he has received the research fund from different funding agencies like DSP, Satyam, LCMR, etc. For its research projects. So he's going to give the session on yoga, very helpful for you. And even you have got a practical yoga sessions in your activities, isn't it? Some of you have already finished with your yoga session, and few more has to do with your yoga session. So both can be blended together, and you can go ahead in your further. I I request Manjunath sir to greet students.
Yes, sir. Excellent. Chinmaya. Idol Chinmaya. Good morning, all. Good afternoon, all. So, first of all, seeking the blessing of His Holiness Swamiji, I thank the whole team of JSS, SJCE for inviting me for this wonderful program and to meet you all, the young going to be graduates in the field of engineering as well as in computer science. So, am I audible? Okay. So, first thing when I listen about when ma'am introduced is going to talk about yoga, I heard many sounds. Oh, right? So these are the sounds what we usually uh, use for chantings, definitely. and you will be able to know what are these chantings, whatever you did right now. Ah, ooh, mm, right? And for your information, these are the three important sounds and these are the three important alphabets which anyone in this world, including a small baby, can utter. Have you wondered that? Deaf and dumb can utter these words, right? So, this is a wonderful thing which we generally use in and out of our life. Right? So, there is a business model in any business, as you all are into streams of engineering as well as computer science. There is a wonderful concept of any engineering term for success that is called as in and out model, right? Have you listened to some talks by Mr. Simon where he has elaborated on this talk about in and out? That is, you need to know why you're going to perform any activities. You need to know how to do that activities, and you need to know what will happen you if you do those activities. Same thing, if you can see here, why. So you need to know your purpose. What is the purpose of your thing? So if you want to believe on something, don't you think you require to know why you are going to practice? Is it so? You're attending some classes, you're attending something, you will be knowing, you'll be very eager to know why you're going to practice. Am I right? You need to know that unless and until you believe what you're learning, you won't be able to execute. That means to say you won't be having confidence enough in order to implement that. Am I right? Am I right? Yes, right? Yes. Fine. Next, you need to know what will be, you need to realize why you're doing that. It is not about the believing the things, but also you need to know, you need to address what is the process behind it. How do you do that? How do you execute that? And the next thing, you need to know what is your process. That is, why you're going to do that. What is the proof behind whatever you execute? It is not about the yoga, it's about you can take it in a general, anything, any form in your life. You need to answer these questions why, how, and what. It is not what, how, and why. That is the same concept what we usually execute, but this is the most important concept which you need to know. Albert Einstein, he has mentioned that you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it. Do you believe with this? Do you agree with this term? You can so called as solve the problem with the same mindset. Now you are having one a kind of mindset of students, and can you transform it? You can solve the problem only by transforming your mind. Can we change the mind itself? Sir, I'm not able to transform. Let me change some other's mind. Let me put some other's brain into my skull. Is it possible? Is it possible? No? Yes? How many of you will say no? One, two, three. Rest. Everyone, yes? Can you transform? Can you change your brain? Can you change? No, right? But there's a concept of transforming of mind which you will be learning in in coming slides. So till here, am I clear with this? Yes. Please go through this. Just listen to this audio. So, Steve Jobs, have you heard him? Yes. 90% of your students now you will be owning a mobile phone, iPhone, right? So, he has transformed himself in the field of the IT by going through the concept of, and he implemented himself yoga. How many of you know that he visited Himalaya and he stayed there for a few days? He literally came there. Yes, definitely he came. He visited Himalaya. He stayed there. He was able to understand the concept of inner engineering and inner concept, believing yourself. So that is a whole concept of what the famous IT giants they implement themselves, which if you implement, it will be the better form of yourself. Anyone identify? Yes, yeah, exactly. Who is the next person? Anyone from army background? There was a terrorist attack in Mumbai. Do you remember? Yes. So he is a Praveen Tiotia. He's a 52 years old Shaurya Chakra winner, and he was awarded with that. He was injured in the terrorist attack in Mumbai attack in a hotel, and he was hit with a bullet as well as to his lungs as well as to his ears. So, as you all know, if the injury is there, he is the marine commando, and as you all know, if there is injury, they won't be able to continue as a commando. They have to go for a desk job. But he was not ready. He wanted to do something else. And anyone from Ladakh? Anyone from Ladakh? There is a ultra marathon in Ladakh. Do you know that? Anybody, any name? That name is called as Long Pardung La Marathon in Ladakh. It is a 72 kilometers marathon. It is the only marathon which is in the world, and it is so difficult to achieve. And he was able to achieve. And during his rehabilitation, he practiced a lot of yoga. And in his famous interview, he said that practicing yoga, it has helped him in order to improve his lung function. See, that is how he is able to execute, and he was able to come and win this 72 kilometers marathon, that is ultra marathon. It is really difficult. It is very difficult to go just without anything. And just imagine, for a marathon, it really takes a lot of courage and a lot of will as well as physical fitness, which is very, very important. Even for us, the normal people like us, it is very difficult. Just imagine a person who is wounded, especially to his lungs, and he recovered and is able to execute the things. So it is something exciting things which you need to understand. And ultimately, we'll come back to the whole concept of health. What is health? So WHO has defined, has given some definition of health. It is nothing but the balance of physical, mental, and social well-being. So, do you have you undergone? How was your uh, COVID life? Boring, staying at home, right? So you wanted the freedom which was not supposed to. See, do you think the this definition of health was defined? Definitely not. You are healthy, you are physically fit, you are mentally fit. But the most important concept is the social well being. There was no social well being at all. We all were forced to stay inside, and we are not communicating with the society. So, for proper definition of society or proper definition of a health in a society, you need to be not only fit but also you need to interact with the people whom you are, your neighbors or your friends. Do you agree with this? Yes. Now we'll go for a small exercise. Can you please stand up, everyone? Yes. Raise your hands up. Raise your hands up. Yes. Stay there till I say to stop. Raise your arms. Yes. Yes. Maintain. No cheating. Hands up. Yes. Put your hands down. Sit down. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Very good. Get up. Yes. Sit down. Once again, get up. Yeah. Please sit down. See, have you noticed one thing? It took lot of coordination in your body and mind in order to raise your arms, stand up, sit down, right? And have you noticed one thing? At least one of you in this room would have felt little bit of pain in your shoulders to keep on stretching your arms. Who was that person? How many of you felt literally difficult to raise your arms? No one? Yes. That is because you're young and energetic. But this is not going to carry out as you go forward, right? So please do remember the concept of what we are going to study is the lifestyle disorders. See, ultimately, if you are not putting your efforts to keep your body and mind fit, you will end up with one of the lifestyle disorder which is very common and which is very prevailing in this society. And this lifestyle disorders are nothing but the conditions what we suffer in and out. That is, it might be diabetes, it might be obesity, it might be hypertension, it might be the so-called as pulmonary disorders, any conditions which are non-communicable disorders, but which we acquire due to our physical inability or which we acquire due to our physical inactivity. So, these lifestyle disorders are one of the leading cause for the death. You might have gone through many social media sites and many messages in your WhatsApp group, as well as you have gone through the many paper articles where you can see young people who are dying with heart attacks. Have you read? Yes. See the ratio. In 2019, so we have seen ischemic heart disease is one of the prevailing leading cause of the death. So this is the very alarming condition because the youngsters are more affected rather than the middle age or old age. So this is a very alarming situation, and see the percentage. 80% of the people will be suffering at least one chronic disorder, and there are 68% of the people they'll be suffering minimum two disorders. So if you're not able to maintain this condition, ultimately your total today's health disorders is prevailing. See there, cardiovascular disorders, 17.3 million people are suffering with these disorders, as well as you can see the cancer, stroke, respiratory disorders, and diabetes. Diabetes, 1 in 10 are suffering with diabetes, including juvenile diabetes, which is a very alarming condition which you need to take care of yourself. Why I am saying all these things, sir? We are just passed out from PUC. Why are you telling all these things? We have just come out for engineering. Why are this important? Because during your journey of your education, during your journey of your graduation, you will encounter lot of conditions which may lead to these disorders, which you need to prevent efficiently, which is the most important thing. And what is the causes? Stress. Stress is a major. How many of you have stress? I have stress. How many of you have stress? One, two, three, four, five, six. Yes, most of us. And do you think stress is required? Do you think stress is required? Yes, it is very much required. But this is called as eustress. What type of stress? Eustress. There is something called as distress. The distress which you would have felt one day before your results, right? Have you noticed? Lot of stress. Your parents will be preparing fantastic dish, but nothing is going inside, right? So they'll be telling you, please calm down, nothing will happen, don't worry, we are here. But you will be having your own mental issues, lot of stress undergoing, right? So this is what we call as stress, but it is very much inevitable. Please remember, this stress is very inevitable part of the life. You cannot avoid the stress unless and until till we are having last breath. So stress is inevitable and it is a part of our life. And please remember, certain amount of stress is very much required. Am I right? See, suppose a snake enters into this hall. What do you do? You'll pamper it. Hey, come here, come sit to me, come next to me. You pamper, or what is the first thing you do? You see where is the exit door, right? This is called as fight or flight response. The first thing what we execute is called as fight response. We try to run away, or if we are cornered, we try to defend ourselves. This is the most important response what we get. This is a survival response. This is a survival stress. But just imagine the same condition you are forced to every day. What will happen? Your whole body tries to change in a different aspect. So, this is what happens when people are having lot of stress. When you are you just ask your friends when they are too stressful, you just go and ask what they will see. See, now you don't ask me anything is there, we'll talk tomorrow. That is because people will be confused with what is happening in their life because they haven't been able to take any sort of decision. So ultimately, my dear students, you need to identify your stressors. Don't confuse with stress as well as stressors. What is stressors? Stressors are nothing but situations where you undergo. Do you believe the traffic in Mysore is same for you and me? Right? It is same, right? It won't change. But don't you think how you perceive this traffic and how the 100-year-old gentleman perceive the traffic is different? Right? See, situation remains the same, but the perception of the situation changes. Situation like classroom is same. Am I right? Same classroom, same lectures, same same subjects, same environment, but are everybody are same in understanding the concept? No. Each one of you will try to respond in a different way. Am I right? Yes. So, likewise, you need to know how you see the stress. See, there are many stressors which can come in your life. It might be external stress or it might be internal stressors. Any stress, like for example, you're away from your home, homesickness, it might be your friends, it might be your fear of change, it might be the negative self-talk, lack of control, or high expectation, which these are the internal. Internal is it is depend upon individual. Like my friend was there when we are studying medical. He never used to study for final exam. He used to enjoy, he used to relax, he used to go play a game and come back. But still, yet he was able to score a better marks than anyone. It is because it all depends upon how we perceive the stress and how we perceive the stress. Same thing happens to you. So internally it might be anything, but externally the situation remains the same. So please, my dear students, make sure you identify your stressor in your walk of life in the study life, because it is going to affect you in a very greater way. Because if you're not identifying your stressor, you will be so confused and you will end up with lot of addictions. It may lead to some other bad activities. So please do remember to identify your stressor. Let it might be anything. It might be like new subject, and I really appreciate you all because you all will be studying mathematics is one of the subject, right? You all are great. I don't like mathematics, and that is the reason I went into medical because for me, mathematics was a stress. It was literally stress. So I choose medical. And I personally appreciate those who are doing mathematics and those who are pursuing mathematics. You all are great. You all are great human beings who are taking a lot of challenges. Let's assume that mathematics is a stressful situation. Either you need to adapt to the stress or you need to change, right? Am I right with this? Yes. So please make sure identify your stressor, try to cope up with that stressor, which is the most important concept to be remembered. See the overall stress index in 2022. It is annual India fit record by Government of India. It has said, see here, 22% and 24%. In 2022, post COVID, the stress has increased. Why? What is the major cause? See the factors affecting the stress. Current work, it might be student, or it might be work, or it might be anybody who is suffering or who is working. See the stress quotient, 26% is related to the work, and stress about achieving the goal is 3, and afraid of future. The first question your parent is would have asked in this college while admission, sir, where is the placement? Am I right? Sir, where I'll get placement? Where do I get the job? Right? The future is the one thing which everybody afraid, and that is the most important stress. Please do remember here, yoga statistics. Only 11.8% of the people in India. Our India is having a biggest population, billions of people. In that, only 11% of the people are practicing yoga, right? So this is really very alarming situation which you need to consider. And there is a good news where we have seen the youngsters like you are practicing more yoga. It is really surprising, and it was really good to see. See here, the lesson from India. The in US they have published and they have said the YBS. YBS means yoga based science, that most in India, most of the spirituality, whereas psychological and physical fitness has improved by practice of yoga. And this is what happens, and this is a major causes of stress which is really alarming, which is published in Economic Times. Like most of the, especially if you go to the metropolitan cities where you go for a job and you end up with lot of stress, and if you are not, can you avoid this? Can you avoid this stress? Definitely not. Okay. Only thing is, if you are smart enough, only thing you can do is you can manage the stress effectively, which is the most important. If you are not able to manage, what will happen? You will end up one or the other conditions which is mentioned here. It might be simple, frequent cold and cough. Have you would have experienced during your exam time? How many of you have suffered very frequent fever, cold, stomach pain, headache, right? See, many hands are coming up. See, see, this is what we call it as immune suppression. Okay, immune suppression. This happens very commonly, but is only because of the stress. But these stress are very temporary. These are very temporary. Now the stress are gone. Now your conditions are normal. But this doesn't happen when it comes to the long term. Please do remember this. And how do you manage this stress? And it is the only remedy is mindfulness technique, and that mindfulness technique is nothing but the yoga. And you can see most Indians do not practice yoga, do not practice. See, in yoga is an Indian traditional science. It is origin in India, but Indians we would practice. But the good news is, see here, college educated younger Indians practice more of yoga, and see the percentage here. You can see here college graduates, 32% of the people are they're practicing every month. See, this is a very good thing to know because you're the future of our country. You're a young, budding, energetic Indians who are coming up, and you are the future of this country. And you need to manage your stress in a very, very, very effective way. And what are the statistics? In throughout the world, there are 5 countries which are implemented yoga effectively and who are practicing yoga very effectively. And one among is our India. India also practices, many of the population will practices. And why do they practice? Some of them, 92% of the people, they said it is because of the fitness. And some of them, they have mentioned 72% to relax for spirituality. And 50% have said in order to manage their severe health conditions. So this is a yoga statistics which is among the world. And do you think yoga is a very good business? Yes, it is a fantastic business. Okay. It's a fantastic business. See the industry, $88 billion industry. Okay. You apply visa for going to US. Okay, US visa. in and you say that you are a yoga practitioner, they will 100% they'll reject the visa. So that is a condition. See, yoga has become a $1 billion industry, and why people are coming? It is good that it is industry is running because we are able to cater the larger population where will be help you to manage your mental health in a very very effective way. And these are the common conditions which you may suffer throughout your journey. It might be you may end up with headache, you may end up with lot of neck pain, you may end up with body pains, you may end up with lot of distractions. This is a one thing which you need to be careful. Lot of distraction. You'll end up with lot of distraction. Distraction of you're supposed to submit your assignments. You may push forward thinking in giving more importance. See, please remember three important things: must be done, can be done later. Must be done, can be done later. Please give importance to the must be done work, that is your studies first, education first. Okay, then you can pursue later. And the most common thing is the target reaching. Like it might be your assignments, it might be your internals, it might be your seminars, it might be your engaging in many things. Multitasking. See, you're not companies with the practice of multitasking, which probably you are now, probably you have to do multitasking if you want to stand on an edge against others. Please do remember this. And said and done everything, the first question what we are trying to answer: why you need to practice? Sir, you said all these things, fantastic, thank you, but why I need to practice yoga? How it is going to help me out? What are the important changes which I can do? These are the important thing which you need to know. And to introduce yoga, yoga is a very simple to say, it is a discipline. And what type of discipline? It is a discipline which will help you to modulate and call your mental disturbances. See, as of now, you all are physically present. But if you ask me, are you mentally present? Many of you will be thinking of something. Many of you will be thinking of your home. Many of you will be thinking, looking at the watch. Okay, 1 o'clock, where should I go? And many of you thinking, what will be there for lunch? And many of you will be thinking, where can I go tonight? So these are the important concepts. See, physically all are present. But if you ask me, sir, can you tell me whether you're mentally, whether we are mentally present? Sorry, I can't answer because it is you who have to answer. Distraction which is happen. Yoga is the best medication to modulate that mental disturbances. If you ask me, like, if you can I control 100% my mind concept? Yes, you can, definitely. But only thing is, you have to know how to implement it, how to practice. First, please know how it is going to work. Unless and until you know how it is going to work, nobody will be interested to know anything, right? It is said and done, no matter what. Then according to yoga, we say mind is a one thing which is the hardest thing to crack, and this is the cause for all the ailments in our body. How many of you believe in this statement? No, sir, only physical fitness. How many of you believe? Yes, one, two, three, four, five, six. Fantastic, good. So many of you may believe that it might be only because of physical fitness, only because of the physical illness. No, sir, I'm having back pain. That is the reason I'm not going to go for walking. That is the reason I'm not going to go for do my stretches. That is the reason I'm not be able to involve myself in many activities. You may be right, but what is the causative factors for that? Ultimately, it will come back to the same old concept of mind. So ultimately, the first question which we are answering today is why you have to practice yoga. Why you have to practice yoga? See, you will get fitness even while there are many fantastic campus, super campus. You will be there. You can play football, right? You can play badminton. You can play cricket. You can go for swimming. Everything you can go, or you can just enjoy with trekking. Everything. Don't you think all these things will relax? Yes, of course it will relax. There is no doubt in that. Okay. But playing video games, how many of you will play video games? PlayStation. Ah, see, very good. Super. So many of them will play. See, that is a stress buster. Many of all these things are a stress buster. But why we say yoga has an edge compared to all these things? The reason behind is it directly acts on your mind. How do we do that? by knowing the, see why you need to do, because these are the benefits you will get. That's why you need to do. That is, it will help to improve your sleep, weight reduction, increase flexibility, muscle strength, muscle endurance, followed by improve your digestions. All these things is the reason you need to practice yoga. But how do you know that it is going to work? How do you know that yoga works? That is the most important concept. How it is going to balance the stress. The first answer is, it is the only system of medicine, okay, which is going to balance your nervous system without any medication. Without any medication. If you want to balance your mind, if you want to balance your nervous system, okay, you need to. Do you think you are having control over your nervous system? Do you think you are having control over your nervous system? We don't. It runs automatically. It is called as autonomic nervous system. All right. So it runs automatically, and by practicing yoga, we are trying to balance that autonomic nervous system. Thereby, we'll be able to relax in a much better way. And sir, all these things are okay, sir. I'm too young, sir. You knew me, sir. I'm just 18 years. I'm just 20 years. I'm just 19 years. Why should I practice yoga? Can I practice at least? If you start practicing, or if you start implementing, or if you start trying to do yoga, least after 10 years, you will be able to balance your life in a fantastic way. You will be one of the successful person if you start implementing yoga. Then right now, this is age where you get distraction. This is the age where you have lot of stress. This is the age where you'll be having lot of challenges to face. And this is where you need to manage that. And this is a fantastic way to do that very easily without any expenditure, without any stress, or without any implementing too much. So, for your answer, can we change the brain? See, there is a concept called as neuroplasticity. What plasticity? Neuroplasticity. It is a capacity of a human brain to adjust to any given situation. How many of you from outside Karnataka? Yes, very good. See, now from your state you came all along here, and you got settled down here. Do you think it is an easy process? Definitely not, right? Definitely not, right? So this transformation of yourself, okay, adjusting to the given situation, this itself is called as neuroplasticity. Let's assume you all have a positive response. That means to say, the college environment is good, everybody are loving you, it is taking care, you are having a very good friend. So that is a positive stimuli. Let's assume if you have any negative stimuli, you end up with some negative things. What will happen? That will destroy your whole concept of your mind. So please do understand, and by practicing yoga, it is very much possible to so called as neuroprotective mechanism. Yoga is the only thing which can protect your nervous system in a fantastic way. And how it will do that? By positive stimuli, by only by implementing the positive stimuli. Please do remember that. See, it will try to change. In our brain, there is two things, that is white and gray. So it is going to change the gray matter, and it will try to improve the, it will avoid the gray matter decline, which is very much required for intelligence. Okay, please remember, for coordination, this is very, very important for you need to remember. Now, as I told you, brain can get influence. What are the things, what are the factors which will get influence? It might be genetic in nature, or it might be experience in nature, or it might be yoga and exercise, diet, social well being, anything which is mentioned here, environmental factors, anything. You might go for a quiz, you may go out for thing, you may go out for anywhere. Anything can influence your brain function. See, for example, um, let's say, for example, you'll be having a college tour after 5th of October. Don't you feel excited? You'll be taken out. Yes, definitely you'll be. That is the way your brain gets changed. This is very, very important for you need to remember. How many of you have heard this word home? Very good. Maximum people. Yes. So In any yoga class, how many of you have attended yoga classes? Hey, very good number. Fantastic. In your yoga classes, have you noticed one common thing? Om chanting, right? Om chanting. But do you know what will happen when you chant Om? And do you know how to chant Om in a right way if you got a desired effect? See, in our neurosurgery, we do something called as through surgical implant, we try to implant a small chip. The neurosurgeon will try to implant a small chip into the brain, okay, and the connection will be given to the so-called as we call it as clavicle bone, clavicle bone. You call it as what bone? Collarbone, or it is the fashion bone, right? So collarbone. So here they will put a small button whenever the person feels low mode. He just need to press the button for 15 seconds. Okay. Automatically the person will feel refreshed. Automatically the person will feel relaxed. This concept we wanted to try, and when I was working in Nimhans, Bangalore, so we had this very good concept like we wanted to try what will happen. So the team of Nimhans scientists, they try to check this vagal nerve stimulator. Okay, it is a stimulator. You can see here. This is how it is implanted. Okay, so it is implanted here, and the button is given here. This is a stimulator. So whenever a person feels low mood, they just need to press for 15 seconds. Okay, but it is a costly procedure. We have our own Indian science that is called as yoga. What will happen? See, this is what happens whenever you chant Om. Okay, there is a center, the highest center of controlling your mood. It is called as limbic system. Okay, now what is this, sir? Limbic system, it is, just remember, it is in the center of the brain. Okay, which controls everything. All your emotions are controlled by that. Okay, if you're laughing, yes, it is controlled by that. Are you feeling sad? It is controlled by that. Are you happy? It is controlled by that. You are very much depressed, irritated, it is controlled by that. Everything is controlled by a emotion center. The whole concept is called as limbic system. Whenever you chant Om in a right way, what will happen? You will be able to relax voluntarily. See the beauty of Om chanting. If you want to relax, just chant Om for 9 times. You see the changes, and it works 100%. Why I'm saying this? It works 100% because of the research which is already been proved and which is depicted here. Can you see the one common color? Which is the one common color which you can see here? Yellow, right? Can you see this? This this column: light, white, yellow, red, right? See, this is a very simple study. Now, I assume everybody are looking at the screen. Am I right? Everybody are hearing. Am I audible? Yes, I'm audible. So, if I put you under MRI, have you heard MRI mission? MRI machine, right? There is something called as functional MRI. If I want to check how is your function of your brain, like which part is working how, like whether your auditory area is working good, whether your visual area is working good, or your physical area is working good. If I want to check, we just need to push you on a fMRI machine and run a test. It will show which brain is more active. Okay. Now, if I put somebody in the fMRI machine, his or her auditory area, we call hearing area, or the visual area will be supplied with red color. It will show as a red color. But lighter the color, that means to say that part is relaxed. That part is not working. See, if you are not using your vehicle, what will happen? It will be, you'll be able to save fuel or not? Yes, you'll be able to save. Same thing happens here. Whenever we chant Om, automatically the color will change. If you're stressed, automatically it will change to the yellow color. Okay, that means to say you're having a capacity. It is in your own hand, and by chanting you can relax. Okay, so the next question is how to chant. Always please remember 5 seconds and 10 seconds. 5 seconds of O and 10 seconds of Ma. 5 seconds of O and 10 seconds of Ma. O This is how you need to chant, and only if you chant in this sequence, you will be able to derive exactly the same result as it shows. Okay, so please do remember, and please do chant Om for 5 seconds and 10 seconds whenever you're free, and try to see, check yourself. Are you able to relax yourself? And the answer will be definitely yes. So, because it is already been proved, it can be replicated by n number of population, no matter what. Now, whenever you practice Surya Namaskar or any asanas, okay, the only one thing which is most important thing which will happen is, see, you have courier service, right? We have courier service outside, like DHL courier, other courier services, right? What the courier service will do? It will deliver the message. Am I right? Or am I wrong? Right. Same thing happens in our brain. Inside our brain also there is a courier service. It is called as neurotransmitters. It will try to transport the signals. It might be chemical signals or it might be the physical signals. It will be transmitting the signals. Okay. And that neurotransmitter is GABA. Okay. What it is called as? GABA. You need to remember five important take home message as you step out of this door. Number one, how to chant Om. Second thing, what will happen when you practice asanas? That is, it will increase your GABA level. GABA is a neurotransmitter which is secreted in your brain. Whenever you practice more, it will increase more. What will happen, sir, if I increase more? It will induce sleep. It will increase, it will try to relieve your anxiety. It will try to relieve the symptoms of premenstrual symptom. It will try to reduce the depression. It will also reduce the inflammation. It will also helps in managing the growth hormone. Growth hormone is very important in order to execute many functions in your body. If your muscles has to get relaxed, if your body has to get relaxed, the most important, one of the most important hormone is growth hormone. Okay. So what will happen when you practice asana? Your GABA level will increase, right? This is a fantastic thing. Shall we switch off the light and sleep for a 5 minutes? Yes, sir. Please leave us, sir. Nice. Right? See, sleep is a fantastic thing and it is the most necessary. But I'm very sorry to say, youngsters like you are not sleeping. Why? Up to down, down to down. Only moving the screen from down to up and down to up to down. Scrolling the screen whole night up to 12 o'clock, up to 11 o'clock. Please do remember, night dark is the precursor for one of the important hormone which will help to induce sleep. Okay. So, but few of you, one or two, you don't want that hormones because you're already sleeping now, right? So, correct. So, this is very important for you need to read. So, what is the function of sleep? Why I am saying this? The function of sleep is it will balance your hormones. The hormones which is responsible to maintain your health, the hormones which is responsible to keep you awake, the hormones which is responsible to do all the strength, and it will try to strengthen your immune system. It will try to control your hunger. Sir, this is very difficult to control. I'm not able to control hunger. So will I yoga help? Definitely it will help. See, for we get the patients for obesity, okay, and if the patient comes for obesity, the first response or the first positive response we get is they say, sir, once we started yoga, we are able to control our eating habits. Our eating habits has really changed. That is because hunger control will be very much helpful, and you need to sleep because your heart needs rest. There is something called as blood pressure. Have you heard? Yes, your BP should go down as you sleep. But for many of you, the BP won't go down as you sleep. That is because you won't sleep adequately. As soon as you wake up, your body will be completely charged with energy because your nervous system will get active because you need to attend the class, you need to do assignments, you have to sleep only 4 hours in the night. So all these things will happen which will destroy and memory consolidation. If you want to improve your sleep, if you want to improve your memory, especially the day before the exam. Please have a good sleep. No overnight studying. Okay, it's not like preparing a try to understand taking out the weapon before going into war. Okay, don't try to take your books, clean it, and then try to open the books before going to exam. Sir, whole night I will study, sir. Whole night study. Next day I will come and sleep. That is the worst thing to do because it will reduce your memory. That time you may feel that you are studied, but it is not going to work out, right? And why I'm saying this, because whenever you practice yoga, it has already proved it is going to improve or increase the secretion of which hormone? Melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone which is very much required for all human beings like us to sleep in a right way. Because if you want to sleep better, if your quality of sleep should be good, then we need to secrete lot of melatonin, which is very much required, and it is 100% possible just by practicing simple yoga. That is the reason we get lot of patients with insomnia, sleep disturbances. These people walk into a center and they take use of yoga and they undergo a lot of conditions. How many of you know Deepika Padkone? See, boys, everybody will know, right? Yes, she had visited in her while taking treatment. In her interview, she has mentioned when we are in Niman, she used to visit in order to take help for psychological counseling. She was under a lot of depression, and it was there she took a lot of help. And she has said in her interview that yoga has helped her. See, like that, this sleep is very, very important. And the most important concept is food. You need to have proper food in a better way. Sir, what type of food can I have? What are the foods you have? Pizza, burger, then what and all? Pasta, everything you'll have, right? How many of you are Mysoreans? One, two, three, four. Yes. So you just ask them, those who are not from Mysoreans, you just ask them which is the best place to go when you are leisure. What is the answer? Sir, Betta, right? So we'll go to Chamundi Betta, we'll go to Chamundi Hills for relaxation. Likewise, you ask them where to eat. They will give n number of list. Okay, and those n number of list is in that 40% of that list will be always under the so-called as the upper one, that is the junk foods. So please do remember, try to have. So how much I should eat? Everyone here present, make sure you eat minimum 2 fruits a day. How many fruits? Minimum 2 fruits. Okay, minimum 2 fruits. And this side, they are more capable. Girls are the one category where they follow diet to the extent, like especially because even I was staying in a hostel, my classmates like they used to carry a bunch bag full of fruits because they are the one who strict followers. Okay, so if you want to learn something, they are there. Okay, so please do take advice which fruit is good because they do follow. Without their knowledge, they'll be following. So please do 2 fruits a day and 3 vegetables a day. How many vegetables? 3 vegetables and 2 fruits a day. That is more than sufficient in order to take care of your diet. And ultimately, if you go for a medical checkup after 45 days of yoga practice, okay, I bet these are the things which will be improved. Your cholesterol level would have reduced. Your so-called as triglycerides would have reduced. Your the so-called as HDL level, that is good cholesterol, which would have increased. Your insulin sensitivity would have increased, and your heart rate would have reduced. Blood pressure would have reduced. All these things are very much possible just by practicing yoga. This is why you need to practice yoga, and this is how you need to practice yoga. What are the effect of meditation? See, many of you, few of you, not many, one or two, you're feeling drowsy. Am I right? Let us be open. Even I was feeling drowsy when I was in my induction program. Literally, I was feeling drowsy. Okay, because for us, we used to get there, then we used to get people from they all they used to talk about medical, which we never used to understand because that was the first day, right? So same thing used to happen, but at least here it is interdisciplinary. We have to thank STU for that because they are coming up with the interdisciplinary approach of induction program, which is going to help you. So whenever you are drowsy, please remember, I assume that you all are awake. Are you awake? So that means to say, this is where the beta waves, if I put a EEG mission, okay, in your scalp, and if I run the EEG, so this is the wave which I get, that is called as beta wave. Suppose if you are sleepy, okay, so that is where you get theta waves and you are sleeping, deep sleep, okay. Even if somebody comes and wake you, won't get up. That means to say you are getting delta wave. There is something called as gamma wave, and there is something called as the so-called as the gamma wave, which is very much important, and this wave can be elicited or it can be relaxed only by practicing different types of meditation. Last but not the least, this is effect of pranayama. You need to practice pranayama because it is the only one weapon we all human beings have to modulate your lung function. How many of you can run kilometers at a stretch? None. 1 kilometer, good numbers. 2 kilometers, good numbers, right? See, don't you think how how many liters do you assume? See, our lung is so small. Okay, how many liters do you think our lungs can have that capacity? What is the capacity of a lung? How many liters? See, the size is this much. Okay. So how much the lung, see, from the sternum, that is your rib cage, from the rib cage till here, that is till below your clavicle, this is the size. And depending upon the size, how many liters it can run? 1 kilo, 2 kilo, 3 liters, 4 liters. How many liters do you feel? Do you feel how much? Guess number, any number. One, more than five. It is 6 liters. Okay. But we all human beings have the same capacity, but why are we not able to run 5 kilometers? This is a question you need to ask. That is because our lung capacity is not trained to do that. That can be very well achieved by practicing simple pranayama, which is going to get effective. And this is where when during our we got a DST funding for COVID women warriors. We did a project during the COVID in JSS hospital. We did a study and we wanted to give yoga only for women warriors because you all people are great. I'm not saying boys, I'm not saying you're not great, but you're extraordinary because you need to take care of home, they need to take care of family, they need to take care of work, they need to balance their own personal life, everything. So we approached and we did a fantastic study where we involved only women warriors, doctors, nurses, housekeeping, all women, and we have found out that it has reduced their stress level, it has reduced their anxiety level, it has reduced their quality of, it has improved their quality of life. So and so forth, it has improved. And ultimately, this is the holistic approach for health. If you want to stay healthy, please make sure you follow this. Yoga, please do practice 30 to 40 minutes in a day, more than sufficient. Okay. No need to practice 1.5 hour or 2 hours, not required. Minimum 30, maximum 40, more than sufficient. Please do practice walking, 10 minutes of brisk walk every day from your gate to your hostel, brisk walk, and yogic diet, that is 3 veggies and 2 fruits, and adequate sleep, minimum of 6 to 7 hours every day. Okay, sleep early, get up early. Okay, please go to bed by 9 o'clock and get up at 3 or 3:30 or 4 o'clock. That is okay, but do not sleep at 2 o'clock. See, everybody are laughing. Hey, it is not a joke. It is reality. You need to sleep early. You need to sleep early. You need to sleep early because Brahmi Muhurta, early morning between 3:30 and 4:30, you start studying at that time, you see the changes. You see the changes. It is already been proved. Sir, I will sleep at 2 o'clock, sir. How I will get up, sir? It is not possible, sir. Right? So I had to finish full web series. I can't leave it empty. So every Friday, so full web series I need to finish, right? So happy and satisfied life. See, what and all said and done, practice yoga, everything is okay, but please do enjoy your life. Please stay happy, satisfied life. How can you do that? Go for some outdoor games, enjoy what you have, and most important thing, be together. Life is very short. Don't take it too personally, anything. It is very, 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 very small. Please do enjoy your life to the greatest extent in a very positive way. And most important, please do laugh. We won't see people laughing. Okay. Whenever, especially if you are to, if you, we, whenever we used to give um, um, stress management program in IT companies, the lift are huge, very big, minimum of 15 to 20. Everybody will be having crowning face as though we are asking their kidneys, right? So stressful. Right? Laugh in a day. Please do watch cartoons. How many of you like cartoons? I do like cartoons. I watch cartoons. Please do watch cartoons. It is a fantastic way to relax. As soon as you finish your class, the first thing, as soon as you go to your room, keep your bag, get fresh, watch cartoons. You see the change. Whoever you would have had some irritability with your friends, you would have had some irritability on that day. Definitely, it will go back. 100% it will be reversed. And most important, seek help with the medical professions if you really have some medical issues. I'm not talking about physical. Physical, ultimately, you will go. But if you're having some psychological issues, like when I was working in NIMHANS, people, they refuse to carry the files. They refuse to carry the medical files. They say, sir, if I say that I'm coming from National Institute of Mental Health, they think that I'm coming from mental hospital. So they will think in a different way. Okay, in Kannada they call it as Uchaspatre. Okay. So they used to leave the file outside and they used to go. Every time we have to create a new file. They never used to carry even a slip. They just carry the tablets what we have prescribed, and they need to they used to purchase. They used to come, sir. Which is this? Please mark it on the tablet behind. So we used to mark 101. That's all they used to carry. Seek help when it is really required. You do have student council center here. You do have all the facility in this university. Please do carry this. And I just want to show this a small. Why do we 21st June as Yoga Day? Fantastic. It is the longest day in a year. And uh, to conclude, you should have a small dose every day. Okay. Every one of you should have take a small dose with you. What is that small dose? You should have four important hormones, which is very, very important, and it is easily gets secreted in your body whenever you practice yoga every day. Okay. So please do remember the number one, D stands for dopamine. It is a motivational role and it has its own it will increase during the motivational role and pleasure. Oxytocin, bonding and love. That is why make good friends, be good together. Definitely, which is the most thing which you go out and take. Please believe me, nothing is exist. Enjoy now. Once you graduate yourself, it is the number of friends what you have made which is very very important. It is not the number of what enemies what you made. Nothing we are going to take it back. Please do enjoy your days. And serotonin, which is very much important for well-being, taking care of yourself, and endorphin, it is a natural painkillers. That is why any yoga practitioners, they'll be having lot of bearer. They'll be able to bear the pain for a longer extent. And by practicing yoga, these are the three hormones which will reduce. that is corticols, we call it as catecholamines, as well as the thyroid hormones, which is very important. At last, I like to acknowledge our Vice Chancellor of JSS STU and our Registrar Sir of JSS STU and the Principal and Dean of JSS SJCE College for inviting me here and giving me an opportunity to interact with such young, budding, very lively children over here, youngsters who are here. And I like to thank Dr. Hema, Miss Bindu, as well as you. Without this, I would have not been here. And without you, this whole room is empty. Without you, the whole college is empty. You are the stakeholders. This is you what we cater. So please, very enjoy your days. I'm very happy. Thank you all for joining me here. And all the higher authorities of JSSCHR and the Mahavidyapita. Once again, thank you. So any questions we can ask or we can wind up. Sir, lunch break. I've taken 10 minutes fast. More. Fine then. Uh, Take care. Enjoy your studies. Enjoy your day. And this is a good month. You have come. Enjoy the so-called as, what is the next month? Next month, Dasara. Okay, please do enjoy that. Thank you once again. Namaste.
Thank you for taking time for highlighting the strengths about the importance of yoga and how to practice like every day. So hope you all practice it from today. Thank you so much. Be here and we will call your attendance. So 2:30 we will again meet here itself for the next activities. Thank you.